time to talk about technology, and Kobe Nkrumah is here. And good news, let's start with good news, is that some Fitbit data helped police to track down a suspect.
Yes, a murder suspect. So it's good. I mean, I've been trying to justify wearing, my smartwatch, because everybody goes like, why do you spend so much money on a smartwatch? Because basically it's like a phone on your wrist. But this thing tracks your heart rate in real time. So what happened was that the police, when they got the Fitbit, the heart rate monitor, they checked the log, and they realized that 5 minutes after the murder, was when the murderer left. Okay. And then they could see that the heart rate spiked and then slowed down to a stop. So, and then right after that, 5 minutes later, the murderer left. And the murderer was actually the victim's stepdad. So it's actually, it's a very sad story and a very weird one, because a 90-year-old killing a 67-year-old. But
hopefully we can incorporate that technology into dealing with crime here in the country. But the EU might fine Facebook some $1.6 million. Billion it is, dollars for data breach. 5 billion.
Whoa. Yeah, because of Android antitrust. EU is very strict with these things. Like when you have to really sort out your customers. You don't tell your customers you're doing this, they don't do it. They're actually very strict on those things. So Facebook, you heard about it, about 90 million users were affected by that breach, where access tokens were obtained from the View As feature. So the EU says that, hey, you guys are not really taking your system serious. You've put people at risk, and as a result, they could end up paying $1.63 billion in fines to the EU.
Yeah, let's move on to vehicles now. I know you have a craze for vehicles, but Bugatti has unveiled their new $5.8 million supercar. And guess what? It's already sold out. Kobe, how does that happen?
Well, when you make a car, that's $5.3 million, $5.8 million. The rich and affluent and the wealthy, like me in future, will be there.
Sure.
To pick one up. So they invited already existing Bugatti customers to show them the Bugatti Divo, which is the male for diva. And this car, they only made 40 units. And right after they unveiled the car, 40 people there, hey, I want one, they sold out.
And it's done. And they're not going to make any more?
No, special, just 40 of them sold out.
Interesting.
And this car is a W16. That's 2 V8s. Imagine a luxury tax on that car.
I know, right? Okay, but let's move on to another subject that focuses on security and technology, because some feds forced the suspect to unlock his phone using his face features on his iPhone. So
a lot of people would be like, oh, why would they force a person to unlock? It has to be by their own, rights. But fortunately, the law has now given feds rights to actually compel suspects to open their device. So they can just hold your head and hold the phone in front of you and it opens. And, the Face ID.
That can actually be problematic. I know people begin to rescind their decision to use their Face ID. Okay, but let's stay with Apple, because the iPhone XS seems to have a certain problem.
Yes, it has a serious problem. I don't know. Every single time there's an iPhone, because they're the world's most valuable company, $1 trillion company, naturally people will be looking to hit you. Anytime they release something, there's a gate. They've had the antenna gate, they've had a bend gate, they've had so many gates, like the Watergate scandal. Yeah. But now they have a charge gate. Okay. So people are reporting that the iPhone XS and the XS Max are not charging like they should. So you plug it in and it's not charging. You have to wake the phone up and it resumes charging. Sometimes, it's sporadic.
And what's Apple saying about that?
We will issue a software update that will fix this.
All right, hopefully they will. Thank you so much, Kobe, for Tech Talk today. And you're watching News Desk with me, Bernice Abubedu. Up next is Business News with Sandra Appin.